I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
Hello people and hello universe, it's me again. Shoutout po sa inyo mga kababayan, especially the Marcos loyalists and supporters. But anyway, mayroon tayong update video sa inyong lahat. Kung nakikita nyo guys, ang aking nakikita of course guys, ang Sandigang Bayan. Bakit? And syempre, alam nyo, yung issue na ito, matagal na ito, dekada na po ito, no? So maraming explanation, kahit balibalik-tarin mo man ang mga sinasabi at ang sinabi po ng Sandigang Bayan, iisa lang po ang bottom line dito. Ito po ay lack of evidence at walang katotohanan. Ibig sabihin ay gawa-gawa lamang ng mga dilawans na PCGG. Ay, alam po natin yan po ay binuo ni Cory Aquino. So ibig sabihin sa madaling salita ay walang katotohanan, no? So dahil diyan mga kababayan, natural masaya po ang mga Marcos loyalists and supporters, no? At ang hindi masaya dito ay walang iba kundi ang mga anti-Marcos. Bakit? Ito basahin po natin, ano? Galing ito guys sa News Info Inquirer Net. Sabi po dito guys So yun mga kababayan, courtesy po ito ng Inquirer Net, no? Sandigang Bayan, Junks, Ill-Gotten Wealth, Marcos Associates, no? So associate, ibig sabihin guys, may mga taong involved, no? So basahin natin para kompleto Ricardo, no? Hindi na natin kailangan i-explain mabuti sapagkat ito ay dekada na, alam na po natin ang mga pagbibintang against the Marcoses, no? Alam din po natin ito po ay trial of the centuries at ito po ay dinala pa sa ibang bansa yung kaso. Ika nga international court, alam po natin ang pasimuno nito walang iba kundi si Cory Aquino, no? Dahil gusto niya talaga ma-embargo ang mga ill-gotten wealth na sinasabi niya na wala naman talaga, no? Galing sa mga Marcoses. Dahil dito mga kababayan, in the past years, marami na po tayong in-updates at naririnig, napapanood sa social media na ang mga sinampang kaso against the Marcoses ay walang katotohanan sapagkat ito ay binabasura po ng International Court at ibinasura po din mismo ng ating korte sa Pilipinas. Why? Dahil ito ay walang katotohanan kundi gawa-gawa lamang. Dahil ito kung may katotohanan mga kababayan ay matagal na itong makulong ang mga Marcos, no? So dahil walang katotohanan ay ito po sa hanggang ngayon ay usap-usapan pa rin, no? Ngunit ito po ay talaga namang 101% walang katotohanan sapagkat ibinabasura na naman ng Korte Suprema ang mga kaso laban sa mga Marcoses, no? So dahil dito mga kababayan, no, ay basahin ko po sa inyo for updatings para sa mga Marcoses supporters and loyalists. And of course guys, ay natural tataas ang kilay ng mga anti-Marcos because they don't like it. And of course, ako masaya po ako, no? Sapagkat kakampi po ng mga Marcoses ang buong katotohanan, no? So, alam nyo naman po ang mga tao ng mga ibang kapwa nating Pilipino, sinasabi walang kwenta po ang batas sa Pilipinas. Dahil kung walang kwenta, bakit napawalang sala, no? Or ibinabasura ng Korte Suprema ang mga kaso sa Pilipinas, especially ang kaso ng mga Marcoses. Now guys, tuloy po natin, babasahin po natin, but syempre guys, pakinggan nyo din po yung isang interview kay Secretary Gibo Teodoro tungkol dito sa mga ill-gotten wealth ng ating pamilya ng ating mahal na Pangulong Marcos Jr. Tingnan nyo guys yung sagot ni Secretary ng DND Secretary Gibo Teodoro. So, basahin natin muna ito, okay? Ang sinabi po dito guys ng Sandigang Bayan, okay? Sabi po dito, no? Sabi dyan, ha? Sabi po dito, Manila, Philippines, ayan, Sandigang Bayan 4th Division dismissed the ill-gotten wealth lawsuit case against the associates of former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. and his wife Imelda Marcos involving the 3,305 shares in Eastern's Communication, the oldest telecommunication company in the country. Tignan nyo man mga kababayan, kung ano-anong pinagagawa itong mga nag-aakusa against the Marcos family. Sabi po dito, in a 19-page resolution penned by Associate Justice Lorifel Pahimna, furnished to the media on Friday, the Anti-Graft Court granted the demurrer to evidence or a bid to prove the evidence presented is not enough. Malinaw po yan guys, ha? Ibig sabihin, the evidence presented is not enough. Hindi, hindi sapat ang ebidensya. So, ibig sabihin guys, wala talaga naman talagang ebidensya na kasapatan na ipakita itong mga nag-aakusa, no? Para sa akin, gawa-gawa lang. To prove the case lodged by the defendants dubbed as Nito Group, no, a minor stockholder in the telecommunication company. So, yun mga kababayan, dinig na dinig nyo yan. Sabi po dito guys, Sandigang Bayan Junks had to suspend case on telco firm shares. Ayan. The defendants are Rosario Arellano, Victoria Ligarda, Angela Lobregat, Benito Nieto, Carlos Nieto, Manuel Nieto III, Maria Rita de los Reyes, Carmen Tuason, Ramon Nieto Jr. standing as a legal representative of deceased Ramon Nieto, and Benigno Manuel Valdez, legal representative of Rafael Valdez. Okay? So, the plaintiff, sabi po dito guys, the plaintiff offered no explanation as how such a series of transaction become illegal that would constitute ill-gotten wealth, said Pahinas. Resolution concurred in by Associate Justice Georgina Hidalgo and Michael Frederick Mosngi, the division chairperson. Sabi pa dito guys, the court accepted documentary evidence like the original copy of receipt and passbook accounts which was under the custody of Maria Lourdes Magno, Chief Administrative Officer of the Presidential Commission and Good Governments, which is ang PCGG, Library and Records Division. Alam po natin, ito po yung mga binuo ni dating ni Cory Aquino na mga grupo, no? Ang PCGG para lang habulin ang mga ill-gotten wealth ng mga Marcoses at marami pa. I think guys, no, correct me if I'm wrong, 900 cases ang isinampa laban sa dating First Lady Imelda Marcos noon, of course Marcos, pero guys lahat yan po ay wala pong katotohanan. Ang iniisip ko kasi sa aking mga pag-research, marami po ako nabasa. So sa mga pag-aari ng mga Marcoses, actually marami pong nakumpiska ang mga PCGG, no, na mga kayamanan ng mga Marcoses. So sa mga pera na nakumpiska nila, no, ay tinatanong ko kung yung mga pera ng nakumpiska ng mga PCGG ay nasaan po napunta yun, no? Nasaan po yun? Yun po ang malaking katanungan para sa akin. Saan po nila naidala, no? Napunta. Saan napunta yung pera na yun? So base po doon sa aking napanood, no? Yung mga pera ng mga billions guys na nakuha ng mga PCGG ay wala pong record, no? hindi alam kung nasaan. So, well guys, i-research nyo po yan ay para mayroon kayong kaalaman tungkol doon sa sinasabi ko. So, yun po ay nabasa ko lang, no? At narinig ko kung saan napunta yung mga na-recovered nilang mga billions na money galing sa mga Marcos, no? So, until now, wala pa kasing record na nakalagay. Ang tanong ko kung saan napunta. So, yun guys, basahin po natin, Sabi po dito guys, no? Sabi pa po dito mga kababayan, however, the court noted that Magnus stipulated that she is only a custodian of the record as a chief librarian of the PCGG and has no personal knowledge of the transaction contained in the document she identified. O, see? Sabi ko nga ba eh. So, yun guys, para sa akin naman, no, lagi kong sinasabi, kung, kung alam mo sa sarili mo na wala ka naman sapat na patunay, no, sa mga akusasyon mo, hindi mo na kailangan ipupursige yan. So, dapat magiging ka na lang, no, magiging aware ka na lang. So, para naman na hindi ka kahiya-hiya, no. So, mag-akusa ka ng isang tao na wala namang sapat na ebidensya. So, dahil dyan mga kababayan, sabi pa po dito, furthermore, the PCGG's chief librarian stipulation clearly shows that the Miss Magno is not a credible witness to substantiate the allegation of the plaintiff. Ay, kaloka naman oo. In short, the plaintiff failed to substantiate on its allegation that herein defendants need to group knowingly allowed themselves to be used as dummies of Manuel H. Nieto and or spouses Ferdinand E. Marcos and Imelda Marcos in acquiring ETFPI share of stocks without lawful consideration, it added, sabi niya. So, yun guys, So, sabi pa po dito, now owned by PLDT and Globe Telecom, Eastern Communication was founded in 1978 and led the first submarine cable linking the Philippines and Hong Kong. Oh my goodness. Talaga lang In the 1970s, the telco company was acquired by Marcos cronies Jose Apreca Manuel Nieto Jr. and Roberto Benedicto whose shares were later sequestered in 1987. See? Narinig nyo yun guys? And yes, no? Anuman ang mga pinagsasabi nila alaman sa Marcoses, kung anong klase mga pasikot-sikot na mga gawang-gawang mga salita, wala din wala ding mangyayaring maganda sa kanilang mga akusasyon sapagkat lahat po guys ay mga gawa-gawa lamang, no? Ayan ay pagbibintang lang, no, para lang talaga maididiin ang mga Marcoses na talagang sila po ay talagang nagkamal, no, ng pag-aari ng taong bayan or pira ng taong bayan, which is hindi naman totoo at wala namang katotohanan yun sapagkat yan ay talagang gawa-gawa lang ng mga kalaban ng mga Marcoses. So ganun pa man mga kababayan, ako'y nagpapasalamat din sa masasandigan bayan sapagkat ay ibinasura, no, ang mga kaso laban sa mga Marcoses, no. Dahil dito mga kababayan, siyempre dito natin na ma-justify ang Korte Suprema ng Pilipinas ay very very active at talaga namang nagfa-function nga, no, at mayroong tinatawag na talagang sumusunod lang talaga tayo sa batas, no. Gumagana ang batas sa Pilipinas. So dahil dito mga kababayan ay malaking katagumpayan para sa mga Marcoses. Now, ito po guys yung isa sa mga interview ni DND Secretary Gibo Chodoro. I think 1 year ago or 2 years ago, hindi, 2022, no? Pakinggan nyo mga kababayan ang interview niya. Ito ng News 5, I think. So, but before that guys, don't forget to like, hit the button bell para lagi kayong update sa aking mga upload video. Kayo mga kababayan, mga Marcos loyalist supporters, ano po ang masasabi nyo? And of course guys, syempre ay masaya po ang mga taga-suporta ng ating mahal na Pangulo. And of course, the Marcos family. So, ito na mga kababayan, basahin nyo. Pakinggan nyo. Bye, 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 and babus. God bless Philippines.
Well, there's another problem, and that's endemic corruption. And your standard there is founded by corruption issues. What's your comment about all these charges that he's rewriting history, revisionist history?
Well, didn't we rewrite history after EDSA? We did. Textbooks will prove. And you know, I saw also some civics textbooks na sino si ganito, naming a past political figure, one trying to be cutesy. I mean, probably everyone tries to expound on his or herself to bring out the best, no? But everybody probably, we know, even EDSA tried to rewrite history, and history will only be known, the truth of the betterment or worse conditions will only be known after a passage of time, when people have had the objectivity already necessary to review a particular political epoch or era in our political development. I was talking to Francis Fukuyama personally years ago, and he said that constitutional shortcuts will not help this country. And then he said, but don't worry, you're still a young country. The British were killing each other for more than 800 years before they had constitutionalism. And we see what's happening in Europe and the Western countries now. So it's not only a Philippine problem, but it's worldwide, particularly in the information age. No, so my stand is to build our institutions in a way which is realistic and a way which will promote our country's development, keeping into account our own values and our own quirks as a multi-ethnic, multilinguistic, free society, no?
But what do? You just gloss over the hidden wealth, for example, of the Marcos.
Well, there are processes. I mean, I was lawyering for several of those charged with the hidden wealth, and just to get from step 1 to step 2, because there was evidence in some of the cases, but for 30 years, if the prosecution did its job, there was credible evidence, then somebody had to go to jail. They did. And you know, to substitute.
But the fact that some money has been recovered, definitely not all, but the fact that there was substantial money already recovered proves that there was theft and there was corruption. What do we do with that? Should we gloss over that, especially if...
But what is the connection of the candidate himself or herself to this? What is the extent of his participation in these mechanisms? They haven't been able to prove it.
Yes, but...
and now, these issues are being raised when there's an election, so let the people be the judge.
But the fear is all of these investigations and prosecutorial processes will come to a halt if he becomes president.
But there were 30 years of that. During the time of President Aquino, President Ramos, this never stopped, and then President Arroyo. The PCGG was there for the longest period of time, but no conviction has been gotten by them. They even seconded prosecutors. With Sandigan Bayan justices who were appointed by President Aquino but saw through the fairness of the processes, and they could have fast-tracked the cases, but they did not. on constitutional grounds.
Correct.
I was there because I was an assistant to Estelito Mendoza.
But how to explain the fact that we have recovered billions in legally declared ill-gotten wealth, but we haven't convicted a single person who did the...
Well, that's the fault of the prosecution. I was a defense lawyer the whole time. We did our job, they should do theirs.